All right, today we're looking at lesson 8-13, and this is where we're going to analyze a composite solid figure. So we'll talk about what that means, what a composite solid figure is. So analyze a composite solid figure. So a composite solid figure. So first off, we're talking about three-dimensional shapes. And when it's composite, that means we're going to put two of those shapes together. Now, it's hard for me to draw one of these, so I'm going to show you one in our hardcover math book that we don't typically use in the classroom. So this is an example of a composite solid figure. All right, and you can see it looks like if we had a rectangular prism here and then a rectangular prism here. And so in order to find the volume of it, we need to break it up into the two pieces. And there's two ways to break it up. We could break it up so we have this long rectangular piece and then this piece, or we could break it up so we have this longer piece this way and then this shorter piece this way. Because this part right here either needs to go to this one, the up and down one, or this part right here needs to go to the sideways one. So it doesn't matter which way you would choose to do it, as long as you figure it out correctly. So the important thing about figuring this out is figuring out for volume, we need to use the length times the width times the height. So if we wanted to do this one with the blue down here, we could do the length is 15, the width is 5, and the height is 3. And we would find this whole blue shape if we took 15 times 5 times 3. But that leaves us with this little brown shape up here. Now the problem is it says that this whole thing is 9, but we've already used this blue part. So what we have to find out is how tall is this blue part. So I'm going to look for another line that looks like that one. And I see a line here, but that doesn't tell me. And I see a line here, and that says it's 3. So if this one's 3 right there, then that means if this right here is 3, then that means this right here is 9 minus 3 is 6 inches. So now I've got 6 by 3 by what is that one? So I need to look. So I've got a line that goes that way. It's looking at my lines that are going the same way. That one, that one, that one. Oh, look, this one has, it says it's 5. So I would do 6 times 5 times 3 and find out that one. And then I have to add the blue one to the tan one or beige one. So I would take that 15 times 5 times 3 for the blue part. So the blue one was 15 times 5 times 3. And then that tan one, okay, so let's just look at it again, make sure we understand. 15 times 5 times 3. And then the tan one is 6 times 5 times 3. Height, width, length. 6 times 5 times 3. 6 times 5 times 3. So we go ahead and we figure those out. I'm going to do this one. 6 times 5 is 30. 30 times 3 is 90. So this one is 90. 15 times 5, 25, 75. 75 times 3, 15, 225. So I'm going to add 225. I'll do it down here. 225 plus 90. I get 5, 9, 10, 11, 315, and it was inches. And it's a three-dimensional shape, so cubed. So 315 inches cubed. So the important thing is breaking it apart, the shapes apart. So if I was looking at these down here, I might, on this one, do the long one down here and then the little one on top. So I would do 14 times 5 times 3, and that will take care of this whole bottom part. And then I just have to get this little part up here. So I can see that's a 4 by 2, and I need this line 5. So 4 times 2 times 5, and I'd figure both of those out and add it together. All right, it takes a little bit of practice of being able to cut the piece into 2 shapes. So this is what your homework's going to look like tonight, 8-13, page 181. All right, you're going to have 3 problems, 3 composite solid figures. Break it into 2 pieces. So this one you could break 16. Here's this one, 4. So this one would be a 4. And here's 3. And now you've used up this part, so now you just need to do this part up here. Well, this whole thing is 10, but we don't want the whole thing. We only want this part. So it's 3 right here. So we've already used up 3, so this one is 7. So 7 times 4 times 3. Multiply both of those out and add them together. This one I would probably cut right here, and this one I would probably cut right here. All right, and then you've got 2 problems on page 182. We'll have some review of division with decimals. Remember, you need to move your decimal point over. If you move this one over 1, then you're going to need to move this one over 1. Okay, and then 2 more problem solving. All right, so homework, pages 181 and 182. Oops, 182 all.